It's no secret that communication skills are one of the most crucial to success with women. Not all men have strong talking abilities, but knowing how to approach and start up conversations will help you succeed in life. What many guys don't realize is they're doing it wrong without even realizing. Old-fashioned wisdom can teach us so much about ourselves when interacting closely and indirectly with girls who may be more than just old-fashioned themselves. To understand this concept, we must first be aware of the two main types of communication commonly used today. The first thing we should talk about is indirect communication. This mode of communication, as the name suggests, increases our chances of misunderstanding, but also reduces how much someone will get upset. On top, indirect speech has another amazing benefit. It makes others feel more comfortable around us since they can sense there isn't anything going on between us and them, so their guard goes down accordingly, which means less potential conflict when talking business or even socially. Indirect communication allows people the freedom and flexibility they need in order to not only share what's on their mind without saying too much or coming off harsh. However, there are times when this type may do more harm than good, especially if we men try getting alone with girls who seem like potential matches. I remember my last attempt to meet up for coffee ended poorly because she said something along the lines of, "I'm a nice enough guy," followed by never committing herself as far away from being simply refused. In hindsight, I should have gone for direct communication instead. Women are more intuitive than men, which is why they use indirect communication. When a woman says she's feeling cold and you don't have anything else to give her but your jacket, you just put it around yourself without asking any questions or making comments about how much she needs it. So remember, don't ask direct questions when she starts talking about needing help with something personal. Instead, just respond directly and offer her your jacket. Now that we understand what indirect communication looks like, we can begin to see how our interactions with girls would change if we used direct communication instead. Indirect communication has traditionally been seen as a feminine mode of communication, but it is increasingly becoming the norm for guys as well. This can cause problems because many men do not know how to properly utilize indirect communication when talking to women or other men. Remember, people are often in awe of confident and assertive men. They get a sense that this person is intelligent, powerful, and strong-willed just from their speech patterns. This can be understood through the way they communicate with others as well. For example, if you've watched our previous video about Harvey Specter, you've learned how he would never back down when speaking to his opponents. He'd eat them alive if need be and say what's on his mind. But here's something interesting. Most men don't interact like this, but it works wonders for attracting female attention, especially since most girls find aggressive males attractive. The advantages of aggressive direct communication are not just for dating and talking with women. Speaking your mind will gain you respect from other men as well. The key here is not to be afraid when communicating assertively. This can help build bridges between peers who often communicate through subtlety instead. So how do you exactly communicate directly and take command of every situation? If you want to communicate effectively and get what you want, start every phrase with the word "I" when making a request, and make more statements than questions when expressing something as if it were fact. In my case, where I attempted to meet up with a girl, it would have been better to simply ask her out directly rather than beating around the bush about grabbing a drink or meeting up for coffee. So instead of asking, "Are you free tomorrow?" I could have said something like, "I'd love to take you out to dinner tomorrow." Showing assertiveness and confidence in your words will not only make you more attractive, but it will also make the girl feel like she is wanted and desired. Most men communicate indirectly because society has unspoken rules about how men should speak. If you spent your life communicating indirectly, it may feel strange at first to start speaking directly. But just like riding a bike felt strange at first too. Although it may not be the most desirable option, the fact that communicating or solving a problem in the direct manner is still the most courteous way for a man to go about it. This demonstrates your self-assurance and bravery because you're standing up for something even if others might not agree with you. Direct communication is key when trying to come across as a confident and dominant individual. When speaking with others, it's important to be optimistic in your tone and choice of words. This will suggest to the other person that you are 100% certain of what you are saying and increases the likelihood that they will obey or agree with you. Simply having positive expectations from the beginning has been shown to increase the chances of a situation ending favorably. The same goes for negative expectations. Being nervous around attractive women can be a real bummer. However, it is important to remember that shyness and anxiety don't play well together. In many cases, what starts out as blushing quickly turns into stuttering or chickening out when talking with the girl you like, or maybe even some who just catches your eye. So how do we calm this fear? Well, for starters, There's one thing that will always work: paying attention rather than focusing exclusively on yourself, which means taking note of what she says and how she feels in order to figure out who really matters most, you. You must turn the table around and think as if she is the one who should be nervous around you and not vice versa. And what better way to do that than by confidently expressing exactly what's on your mind? The bottom line is, the more confidently you express yourself, the more opportunities will come your way. It's not about your past, it's about who you are in the present and who you have the potential to be. If a girl who was once overweight is now at a healthy weight, you would be attracted to her. So it's not about who you were in the past, it's about who you are and who you may become. The sooner you start taking charge and sounding like a leader, people will see leadership qualities in you. And don't worry the girls mind if you used to be shy or insecure, because that doesn't matter now. Don't let societal norms or fear hold you back from expressing yourself and getting what you want. Start practicing now and watch as doors begin to open for you. Be assertive and confident in your communication, and remember that the past doesn't matter. Focus on who you are now and who you may become in the future. Let go of any nerves or hesitation and take command of every situation by speaking directly and confidently. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give this a thumbs up. We really appreciate your time and feedback. Let us know in the comments if there was anything that stood out to you or any techniques and strategies you want to try out for yourself. See you next time.